Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Right there. 40's Mike. Who that?
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And incomplete to open things up. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
49, check 49, check 49.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott, he gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Rush in. Check 99. Check 99. We're going to 53.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Check 13. We're going to 54. Why in? There we go. Kill. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 56.
Now Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
There we go. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Caught left side by Cobb. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, eat. Hey, watch the slant. We're going to 54. Watch the slant. Hey, watch it. Sponge. No.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Watch it, I'm coming. Check 43. Under 10. Here we go. Going to 54. Line in. Slam. Pick the edge. Come. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard
line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Herb Smith Jr. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
This is Kelly.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the 2 teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Prescott from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Get ready. Get ready. Hey, 47. 26.
To throw is Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. It was Minka Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year. Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Open here, Adam Thielen. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Watch out. Check safety.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Out.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8.
They're not ready for this. Here we go, 46. For this, they still playing soft. 66. Playing wrong football. 26.
Here's Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Prescott now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now Prescott. Open man is Kirk, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Mike 40. Come on. 26.
Prescott yet again. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And an alley to run! And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here we go. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott looking middle, and it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. Third down here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Austin. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Draw play, Elliott. So that one will get them halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Prescott now. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in his first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And the Cowboys first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Elliott, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Pull it together. Mike, 55.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football. Something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they got the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. A little juke. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 29-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Go. Here we go, 47. Mike, 5-5.
Final play of the half, Prescott, and he fires one incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Herb Smith Jr. with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
I'm going back to you. He's checking. Crash.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Check 52.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here we go. Hey, kill.
On second and 11 now. Prescott. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Throwing, Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 41. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go, D.
Now Dak on the option left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Quick hitch, complete. It's Austin. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Wide angle. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Marr able to put this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Cousins now. Over the middle to Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Vikings first down. That's the end of the third quarter.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Cousins to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Randy Gregory. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Cousins. It's caught. Smith. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw is Cousins. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rob Kelly, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. Oh, he's got Ezekiel Elliott. Gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. They'll try and run. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
54 Mike. Check. Watch 54.
To throw, Cousins. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Alert 3.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 58 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. The open man is Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. They go play action here on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down. First down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
And 10 at the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm scared. Leave it, bring up 48.
Here's Cousins. He completes it to Abdullah. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Hey, no, easy.
Cousins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go to Elliott again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions, and you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year, but he's really on the uptick.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, they were big favorites coming in, but they had to work for this one.
It certainly wasn't the walk in the park that you expected coming into this one. I have a suspicion that in their meetings next week, head coach going to talk to them a little bit about focus, don't you think?
Yeah, because down the stretch, there was some nail-biting going on. And you're right. I think not only the fans, but those folks inside that locker room, they expected a comfortable victory.
Yeah, they certainly did, and that just tells you about the NFL. Any given game, you never know how it's going to turn out. You'd better be ready to play.
So for Dallas, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.